And we're live.
I want to know what you did before YouTube, because you were 25-ish when you started YouTube. So you went to school, I guess. Were you Mech-E? Did you get a job?
Yeah, so I have a mechanical engineering degree, and then I got a job doing that. And then that job was, you've seen the movie Office Space?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe you have like 3 bosses.
I love it.
Get told that you're wrong 3 times when you mess up. Yeah, it was like that. I was like, it was the most stereotypical corporate job that you could
What did you make?
Like how much money?
No. With the product.
It was silicon wafers, basically, just SSD chips.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So
I don't know. For some reason, I thought it'd be more like, I don't know, freaking train door locks or something like that. Like a little. No. Okay. So you made SSD chips as an
just flash memory. And I was in charge of making sure the technicians are supposed to do whatever they're supposed to do. But like they've been there for 10 years and I'm just this new guy with a degree. And because of the degree, they put me above people who've been there that know better than me and expect me to tell them what to do. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. They're not going to respect me. You know, they're prior Navy. Like I don't have that sort of rapport with them. Like I'm going to let these dudes do what they're doing. But that was that job. I was a mechanical engineer. And then I didn't like having to come in to sit at a cubicle farm just to do PowerPoints and Excel sheets. It's like, if I'm going to do this, I want to do this at home. So I went and asked and they said, no, you can't do that. So I decided, all right, what other jobs are there out there that you can do at home? And when I did it, it was mostly programming at the time. And I was like, yeah, I could probably do that. I played video games as a kid.
Yeah,
that's how that works.
I'm halfway there.
Yeah. So I went to like a boot camp part-time while I worked there. And then,
neat.
Then I moved to programming. And
how long was the boot camp and did it prepare you for work?
No, it was 3 months, but it was part-time, like 2 days a week. For like 3 hours at night.
But it got you hired that next to your degree. And then you somehow had to defeat imposter syndrome and be an actual programmer? Yeah,
so I learned enough to be able to pass the code test pretty much that they gave me. And there was a lot of imposter syndrome because, I mean, I don't know. I definitely didn't feel qualified to be doing what I was doing, but they seemed to be satisfied with what I was doing. But I remember I had a lot of questions, and there were some tasks that were totally unrelated to programming, which is really kind of the bitch work, so to speak, because I'm the junior dev. So I'm just doing the things like cutting and pasting different strings of text from Excel sheets to databases all day long. And I don't know, it was all right. I like programming if I'm programming fun things, but web dev, like healthcare application 3,467, I don't particularly care about. But at the time, a job was a job. My goal was to work towards being remote, and those were pretty abundant at the time.
Yeah, so I think I had that same job. I did it for decades. I web dev, when I first started it, which was like 97 or something, was the leading edge coolest thing around. Like we were building the internet. E-commerce was new. Not every company even did e-commerce. And so when you added it to your company, it was a big deal. Cisco was like the number 2 company in the planet in terms of revenue when I started there in their e-commerce. And but over time, it went from like the shiniest, coolest gig around to not the shiniest cool. Now web dev is not like the shining star it was in the .com day. It's
seen as an outsourceable, cheap kind of thing that they can we don't need to hire someone for that. Let's just pay someone overseas really cheap to get it done. And that's all we'll need it for. And we should be good to go. And that's kind of where it's at, unless you're working at like a super large company here in the US.
Yeah. Or someplace where the website is really important to them, like Amazon. Whereas if you're Pepsi, I bet they outsource that shit. Pepsi's not about their website.
Was it working at that Office Space style place that inspired a lot of your content here, kind of analyzing and critiquing corporate structures and, corporate thought?
Oh, everything that I've poked at in my channel, I've experienced, like literally all the things in such a short amount of time. I don't know if it was just luck or what, but it almost seemed like every single job had some sort of ridiculous I don't know, gotcha to it that I was like, this can't be. Like, I heard about it from my dad growing up. He worked that kind of corporate job, had a boss that got paid to do nothing but told him what to do, all the hard stuff, and got paid way more. And so like he'd tell me about how corporate works and like they don't care about you and stuff. And I'd be like, you're just complaining, Dad had a hard day. But like then I got to that age and I was like, they don't care about you at all. Like, like this, like it all came together. So
I've had projects where I worked overtime for like 3 months in a row, 9 months in a row, like a long time. And at the end of it, you get like a 3 or low 4-digit bonus. And it's like, what does that work out to hourly? Right. I stayed here till 9 p.m. as a minimum for the last 7 months. And you're giving me $750 bonus?
Doesn't cover your dinners you had to order in.
Like, good God, and sometimes it would come around promotion time, but you never felt like, oh, did I get hooked up? Did I get to, this is sweet. This is a company that really values what I just put in. No, it's like your bonus is shit, but your raise is like 3% more. And over lifetime, that kind of accumulates into something, but it's just never good. It's always the least they can give you. And it sucks. But a lot of your content, for people that don't know your channel, is like roasting companies for being assholes. I watched one, the Meditech one. I don't know if you remember that one in particular. They wanted everyone to come back to work for laptop bags and ice cream. They had a dorky corporate video they made about it. Ugh. I've made dorky corporate videos.
Kyle, you're muted.
But yeah,
that's so cringy. Oh, I'm glad I haven't ever had to do that. Like that's so soul sucking.
Yeah,
like that. What you just said, like coming back in for ice cream and a bag. Like, you're a grown ass man. You're you have fucking children. You have a wife.
Yeah.
Every minute you spend with them is precious. Like, and they're buying those minutes with ice cream.
I've always detested pizza and ice cream. To the company, it's a morale builder, right? They're like, look, we just laid out $72 in pizza for you guys. I hope you appreciate this. For me, it's like, look, you're not Thanks, baby. You're not moving my due dates. You're not helping me in any way. You're just forcing me to waste this time at work. This is just overtime. I've had a related thing where they're like, what are you, 4th of July weekend's about to kick off. Why don't you go home early? Oh, yeah? So we're going to push my due date off, right? No. So when am I making up this stuff? Like, you're not helping me at all. You're acting like this is an afternoon off and in a way, but it's only an afternoon off if we move the deadline.
If you want me to if you want me to come in and like take time away from my family or whatever, you better make it worth my while. Like if they were like, oh, we're gonna have, he's on my mind right now because he just passed away. Norm Macdonald's gonna come in. He's gonna do an hour of stand up for the whole fucking company. We're gonna come in. We're gonna do an hour of stand up with Norm Macdonald and do a meet and greet for 30 minutes afterwards. And all right, can I bring my wife? Oh yeah, open bar too. All right, you've got me now. You guys just spent $100,000. But a pizza fucking party? What is this, high school? What is this, fucking high school? Can I have 2 slices? Oh no.
Yeah. It's like the same reward you get for doing well on your spelling test when you're 11.
Exactly.
Have you ever been forced to do, well, not forced, but pretty much peer pressured into doing team building activities in like the middle of the day while you have stuff to do? And if you go and you spend that time there to be part of the team, be a team player, whatever, you miss out on time for your deadlines. So if you don't go, you're punished. If you do go, you're punished. And that's
And so much of those, like, you're not even doing it for the only, like, I remember when I worked at Enterprise, right out of college, they would do this shit where it'd be like, oh, you need to do all these callbacks and all this busy work, and you might have to stay a little extra, but I want you to come back with the manager and role play a couple scenarios with another employee. And it's like, I can't say no because then I'll be on this guy's shit list. And if I say yes, I'm like, just like signing off, like, yep, you pull me in here anytime you want, and I'll have to stay late. I'm already working a 9 to 9. What's a 9 to 10? Like, it's just fucking infuriating.
typically I build in time for shit like my happy place in project management is ahead of schedule and kind of not killing myself. That's where I usually spend my time. So if they inject something like a ropes course, which is like a real example, then we're all okay there. But I kind of like some of those things a little bit. Like, the pizza and ice cream, I freaking hated. It wasn't worth my time. But if we're not going to the office that day, if we're doing an outdoor activity,
field trip,
it's like work is a 3 out of 10. If you slip in a 6 out of 10 on me, that's a good day. I
can see that for sure.
Josh, I'm looking at your more business oriented videos. Is it more practices, like general business practices you think are shitty that get to you, or they're like select companies that just really get your goat, and every time you're thinking about it, you're like, I need to make another fucking Monsanto video or whoever?
Sometimes. Like yesterday, I think I made another Meditech video because they basically have written in their company handbook, it says, we don't have a 2-week resignation policy. You don't have to give us a letter. We'll just basically decide if we like you or not when you give it to us, or we'll just fire you. It's up to us. And it just blatantly says that. And it also says, we remain disappointed in people who refuse to tell us where they're going when they quit. And we wish they would trust us or something. And it's like, why? No one's going to tell you where they're going when they get a new job, especially if it's a competitor.
Just lie. I'm joining the Taliban.
But there are certain things that companies just put into handbooks or policies that I guess people maybe just like, they just overlook it. But like when you really sit and think about it, you're like, wait, how is this illegal? Like, it's legal because you agreed to it. Like that's pretty much it. Like a lot of companies that make you install webcams at home while you're working remotely. There was one company that it's called Teleperformance, I think. They wanted you to install a webcam in your house. You had to agree to take polygraph tests if they asked you to, and you had to agree to let it run all day. So you had to sign a consent form if you had kids that would let them also record your kids in the background. Like, that just really wild.
What kind of company is that?
It's a customer service company. So like when you call one of your bills and you get to some customer service agent, you get to that guy and he's being watched, and it sends screenshots of your.
They should be able to monitor you.
It's fucking dystopian.
Yeah, but they can pull the dystopian thing off with more subtlety, right?
Yeah, not filming your children.
Yeah, right. Like the camera, and we all know the cameras usually have a little light that that indicate something about that light makes you nervous. Like you're being watched. It's a thing. That light's supposed to be off. That's your happy place. But they can monitor your keystrokes. They can monitor your web activity. They can, like, Cisco, I'm sure, did all that shit. Now, there was so much of it, I don't know how closely they watched. Every time I logged into a Linux machine, it was like, you are being observed. By doing this, you've agreed. There was a whole page of shit that just like was part of your login script, warning you not to be an asshole on that machine. But yeah, it's all like all your stuff is logged, all your emails. Those aren't your emails. You don't have any privacy in your work emails. Those are corporate property that they can read anytime they want. I don't know why they had to have your camera on to accomplish their goal. That's dumb. That
makes it so much weird. Like, what is somebody else going to sneak on and answer the calls on their behalf? Like, what is the fee? It's some fucking pedophile who works there.
What every employee wants is just to be measured by their productivity. Right. If it's a customer service company, look at my survey results. Look at how many cases am I handling, what those cases are, and what my customers think of my performance. You should be able to look at those things and decide whether I'm awesome or not. You don't have to watch me do it via webcam.
Yeah. Generally, like, in the way it's always worked places where I've been is like, oh, is that thing we told you to do done? Yes, I finished it. Okay. Like, or is that thing we told you to do done? No, it's actually not. Well, that's kind of a problem because we told you we need blah, 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 like that. That's all you really need. If anything, like, it would make you worse at your job. I feel like, to be like, do I really need to? Oh, I got sent an unfamiliar acronym in an email, and if I search this, am I going to look like a retard to the people monitoring? Well, you need to check your TPS reports. Oh, TPS, what the fuck does that mean? Okay. Oh, this guy's an idiot. He doesn't even know what that is.
They have these things that check keywords. So if you type like new job, like if you're at work and your friend's like, hey, I need a new job in here, and you open up Indeed red flag number 1 gets automatically sent to manager. You start typing anything about the word job, more money, like those phrases are tagged for them to get automatically reported to your manager to check out what you were doing. And because it logs your keystrokes, if you did any personal business, they now have your passwords if you type them in. So like you check your bank account because you're about to pay a bill or something. Now they have your login and they know your balance, and they know, like HIPAA violations because they can see medical records if you pulled those up and stuff like that. Just like when they overreach, when they try to make a job more than what it is, like when they call you company family, that's a big one.
That is so bizarre.
And, welcome. We appreciate you. We value you. We're going to take care of you. And then you do one little thing wrong or get a budget cut. And they're like, yeah, sorry, bye. Yeah. Who are you again? Talk to HR.
Push back. Like the way that I accept love from my employer is via cash.
Yeah.
Right. That's how I feel valued. Everything else is silliness. I accept cash.